It's
C.
Bosh.
Inc.
Okay, this is Sabaj Inc.'s first podcast. I'm Stevie.
I'm Blake.
I'm Joel.
And I'm Eli.
No one fucking cares, Eli. Alright, so
And I'm fucking out.
Oh, well, there's two bleeps. Someone's taking a shot.
it's actually a quack.
Oh.
Oh yeah, by the way, anytime anyone swears in this or makes any innuendos, we are adding a duck quacking note. Can you come back over here, please?
Eli is currently sitting in a chair, shaking his head. I think he's
I don't think he
he's
wants to
turned
be a
away
part
from
of it
us.
anymore.
I think he's upset with us right now.
You're not getting paid if you don't come back.
There it comes.
There.
Wait, we're getting paid?
I am
Alright.
not.
Anyway, okay, so you know what? What's going on? What's going on with your lives at the moment?
Not a whole lot.
Okay, well, thank you, Blake. Joel.
I'm on the same boat as Blake here.
Yeah. All right, Eli.
Yeah, I think everyone's on the same boat here. Just nothing's
In
going
the
on.
middle of a roundhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're currently camping, so that's...
Camping in the middle of luxury.
Yeah, we're currently
Wait.
roughing it.
Glamping.
Glamping. We are.
Basically,
Proper term.
I learned that from True, the Magical
Glamping.
Kingdom.
Yeah, we are sleeping in sleeping bags, so what more do you want from
A
us?
little bit of
mattresses.
outdoors.
A little bit
It's
outdoors.
Not really outdoors.
No, we
per
are.
se.
It's outdoor, indoor.
I don't get 4 bars all the time, so that's camping for me.
Yeah,
You read your
usually
hentai.
have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
All right. Filming today was interesting for the second movie of our series.
Ooh.
The third, if you want to get technical, but
That
No,
first
the
one.
first one does not count.
It's not canon?
whatsoever.
yeah, it was woeful.
It was pretty bad.
I put my heart and my soul into filming that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for taking a 10-second
So did
walk
Adam.
unnecessarily and rushing your lines of, oh, look, that's what you get for rushing your drink. Is that a magpie plane?
Yeah, granted, that was a piece of shit, that movie, but it still has a special place in our
That
heart.
was for my IST class, and this one is too. So let's redeem ourselves, boys.
Yeah.
To be honest.
No.
Hopefully. No?
No?
No.
Okay.
Were you in that class? Yeah, you were in
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
class.
he was
Yeah.
in it. He did us time to
Yeah.
skydive.
Yeah, then you and me
I
left to
skydived.
do pass.
Yeah, because
And I joined a coma
couldn't handle the workload that we also sudden had to do because
of the
No,
certain
of the teacher change.
It wasn't the
person.
workload, it was just, like, we really didn't like Pavan.
Yeah.
It's not like he made us do work, it's just the fact that he was kind of a dick.
Yeah, but it was still alright, but like, just when he made you do the work, I was like, no, I want to play Call of Duty on the computers.
Yeah, we
Even
granted
though it was
we did
pretty trash.
we did slack around.
What do you
a lot.
mean? I got 58 kills with the
Okay.
hideous hate. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
A lot of injuries happened in filming today. Straight up, got a bunch of rocks and scraped against my spine.
Whose
Yeah.
fault was that?
You're not the only one, Stephen.
Yeah, oh mate, he
Blake, because he like sprinted down the freaking hill.
it's downhill. You can't
You
walk
never
downhill.
specified
without-
how fast you wanted me to carry you.
That's fair. But yeah, like, I mean, you should have assumed.
Well, I mean, I didn't realize how like you wanted the scene. Yeah, we
It
should.
turned out great.
It did turn out pretty well. Like,
Gotta be some good bloopers.
yeah, especially me jumping on the car. That's definitely a highlight.
I don't know if I'm gonna add that in the movie or not.
Probably
Dangerous
not.
stunts.
What?
Getting on front of the... What do you mean, what?
Yeah.
Him getting on
it's
front
like-
of the car and...
Jack.
Oh, okay. You just randomly said dangerous stunts because I just saw you on your phone. And you didn't talk for like a solid 30 seconds, and you
well,
went
I'm still a part of
dangerous
it.
stunts.
Still a part of the conversation.
Yeah, but I didn't expect you to actually keep driving when I jumped on. They kind of spooked me quite a lot.
Yeah.
Should've put the wipers on.
Disclaimer notice: we are on a private property, so it is illegal.
Yeah,
It's my property, so
yeah, and John's in private, so he's got
I'm
privates.
public.
Yeah,
You're public about your sexuality.
he went to the military and he
say that.
served and he became a private.
Yeah.
Trying not to spit water on your computer.
You've got to be culturally correct. I played Fallout 4 and I became a knight in the Brotherhood of Steel. I don't think that has any relevance to
That has no relevance. You could have been like, I got promoted to 54th lieutenant in Call of Duty or something like that. But no.
That's actually impressive. 54th level is a lieutenant. That's impressive.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah. Pulled that one.
Congratulations, Blake.
Pulled that one
Congratulations.
straight out of my ass. But
Sound like your boyfriend.
no, I wish I had a boyfriend. Do you know how simple life would
Hear
be?
it here, folks, apparently.
Do you know how simple life would be? Is if you had a sugar daddy that just bought you everything, and all you had to do was occasionally. And you may not have heard that because it's getting cut from the episode, but it was a good inside joke, and this topic is now ending.
And I think that's appropriate.
I think that's appropriate.
That's gonna pretty quick quack noises in the first 5 minutes and 17 seconds of this podcast.
What are we up to right now? Probably like 6 or 7.
No, duck hunting, boys.
Duck hunting, yeah. At the end of the
That's a fucking big.
oh, it's number 8.
Get your freaking animals correct, boy.
Is that a swear word? Freaking swear word?
Freaky.
No, freaking.
No.
I wouldn't say that.
No.
I'd say like freaking crap.
Well, I
It's
mean,
like,
It's like
No, I asked
PG,
that and he said that's
PG
allowed.
swearing.
Yeah.
Children's Roblox videos when them saying freaking.
Yeah.
Like, they're not
I mean,
getting
you're just saying
age
freak-ing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like an anti-swear word kind of thing. Like some people like,
Like
oh,
cheese and crackers or drad.
And nipple rings on
nibble rings.
nipple.
Nibble.
Nibble
You
rings.
said nibble.
It's like a borderline swear word, nipple.
Not really. I mean,
I kind of feel like it should be like an offensive word at times.
What is?
Why?
Just nipple. I don't
Why
know.
should nipple be an offensive?
No, not offensive, just an inappropriate word to say.
Yeah, no,
at-
that makes
at
sense.
times.
Because, like, I mean, like,
Like, you're not going to go to a funeral and say, hey, my nipples are...
erect.
My grandmother had great nipples.
Okay.
Well, it's not. Well, like,
Why did you come back?
You don't have to say that, man. Like,
I mean, you can like.
You mentioned funerals, though.
I mean, like, you can use the politically correct terms for a sentence, but it doesn't make the sentence good. Like, you can't like walk into a daycare center and be like, "Boy, my scrotum is itchy." It's still like not going to be. It's like you.
Why you,
using
hold on, for starters, why you just walk into a daycare center for, like, the middle of the day?
Picking up your child?
He's 16!
picking up a child
16 and pregnant?
doesn't necessarily have to be mine.
You're babysitting.
could be Nick's now. I feel like that's not appropriate. Are we allowed to
Yeah,
eat?
no, that.
Oh, we're allowed to what?
Are we allowed to eat?
Try and eat away.
Yeah,
from
actually, yeah, just go ahead. Joel's opening the fridge at the moment.
that. He's looking.
Can you give me some salami?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that. Can you pass me some salami too?
Anyone some salami?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salami break, boys.
Take me some. Oh.
I love the little white bits in it.
Is that vaguely racist?
Excuse
Probably.
me?
Hopefully not.
How? I said, okay, you know, I'm not going into that.
Yeah, no, don't go into it.
I'll go into you.
So yeah, back to the movie. We've got Eli, please stop it. We've got a lot of things recorded for this
So
whole
far,
process, and it's been fun. A good day of filming. We
Bit of injuries, you know,
bit of injuries, you know. Some people
bit of fun.
fell, and
Some people
got
couldn't
hurt.
get out of freaking zip ties.
Some people.
That was also kind of including you.
Yeah, no. That was
That was
a terrible mistake.
That was Joel and I. But they were just done up too tight. Because at the when we were at the car, they were like perfectly done. So it was like easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then you did it like full on. So I couldn't.
I like made sure to like keep it pretty loose though.
I don't
like-
know what happened to it, man.
Yeah, like because
I tightened mine more just in
Yeah.
in pure stress.
Because I think you guys were just like holding it like that, but you're supposed to like push in, so you
No,
get
yeah,
like that
you
wrench
do that.
force too. Like you
Yeah.
push in with your
Wrench
fist.
force.
Well, no, like wrench
Like
force.
Ratchet and Clank.
You get like a little bit of more leverage
Yes.
on it, but like put it there and you, like that.
He's also demonstrating what
Yeah, I realise that's kind of stupid to do on an audio podcast, but
Oh well.
Do whatever you want, I don't care.
yeah.
So, with this video, our main agenda is conspiracy theories and better spooky stories.
Bit of spooking going on.
And we're gonna add some.
Spooky.
We're gonna add some sound effects apparently, and it's gonna be a whole lot of fun.
It is.
Not gonna lie, I don't really believe in spirits and whatnot.
See, I do. I believe, not necessarily in like. I believe in ghosts. Like, I mean, I swear my house is haunted. Like, I remember. Okay.
Well, it was a shearing
Have
shed.
you seen? Yeah, I do live in a shearing shed. Is that?
There's
Sorry,
a lot of
you live in
sheep
a-
spirits.
Yeah. No. Okay. You saw my when you went to my place. You saw that like my little cupboard full of my like merchandise and shit, and had
Yeah.
all the pops out of the box. Okay, they were all
Yeah.
facing the straight forward, which is about at where my clothes are. I woke up. Every single singular pop and action figure that was out of the box was facing my face. I swear mums. Swear
That's
dad.
actually terrifying.
I woke up and I actually got a chill down my spine. I went, oh, okay. Hey, demons, it's me, your boy.
Yeah, it's a lot more scary
When it happens to you,
Or it'd probably be that story would be a lot more scary if you.
I woke up in the middle of the night and
Yeah.
I felt wet.
I wonder why. No, but
Right.
if you lived alone, then there'd probably be like a lot more scariness to it. But that can kind of be explained by like maybe your brother just decided to.
I'm a very light
Yes, with
sleeper,
you.
so I don't want
Or maybe you like just didn't really take notice of it until you looked
Yeah.
in the middle of the night looking at them and like, oh, that looks like they're looking at me.
No, it wasn't look like. They were full on moved from their spot and tilted to be perfectly aimed at me.
Damn.
It was horrifying.
I don't know. What about you, Joel? Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, no, not at all.
You, Eli?
No, not really.
Kinda.
Kind of.
Why kind of?
Because I think my house is haunted, but I'm not
That's what
100%
everyone thinks
sure.
that.
Yeah.
My house is haunted, I think.
My house is haunted. The coffee machine turned on. Although it's an automatic, it still turned on when I didn't think it was. Yeah. What about you, Blake?
Me? I don't know. I believe that like the energy when we die has to go somewhere.
More energy.
Yeah, because like
Like an energy though, what do you mean?
Like their conscience, like their
yeah,
spiritual
like
energy.
a body like naturally has like energy and impulses and like everything going through it, and like when you die, it just kind of goes.
Yeah, your conscience has got to go somewhere.
Somewhere,
Like
yeah.
you're
Yeah,
dead.
but it's literally just shit happening in your brain.
Yeah, but there's like there is like the cynical idea of like when you die, it's just blackness afterwards. But I don't know. I kind of
Or they go to a parallel
I
universe
believe
where
in
you didn't
like
die.
Yeah.
I believe in like being reborn.
Yeah,
as
like
something
reincarnated.
else. Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, so that's the episode today. Now we're gonna play some advertisement. Hi, do you suffer from trying to turn on the heater in the middle of winter and not working because it's a piece of shit heater that says cock right in the middle of the instruction manual? I know I do. I have my friend Joel here to describe how this heater has impacted his family's household and how cozy it will be.
It's so garbage! Let me read the instruction manual for you here, Stephen.
Okay, thank you.
Let me just open the door. Fuck, sorry. Sorry. God. Hop down here, but thank God, heat rise. Alright. To light pilot. Turn gas cock on. What's a gas cock, you may be asking?
That's a very
Fucked if I know. That's why Stevie's gonna tell us now.
A gas cock is like a normal knob that you have on your oven or microwave, but it's a bit more girthier and
You say a bit fucking girthy there, Stephen.
a bit girthier and a bit more throbbing and a bit veiny.
I think you're describing the wrong type of cock here, Stephen. Oops, sorry. Just playing it back. Anyway, this heater still uses gas, as you can tell from the gas cock. Keyword gas. It feels a lot like, I don't fucking know. It just feels hot. Anyway, it comes in a variety of colours. Some gay purple metallic shit, and that's it. Has a nice grill, squares in them and shit, like a vent. The timer's pretty cool. It goes all the way up to 6 hours. That's like a lot of time.
Thank you for being with us, Chelsea. I'm glad you took the time out of your day to
That's okay, Zoltan. Cool.
You heard it here first, folks. You can buy your first gas heater for $999.
Is there any dots in that one, Stephen, or is it just 999 a month?
No. Like, good old Nintendo.
Like, no.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. How much was it? $9 a month?
Could you repeat that, please?
And it just fucking turned off.
What happened to the heater?
Holy fucking 99 a month.
A big warning that it might explode when you turn it back on. Thank you.
Don't fart next to it.
Hi, welcome back. Okay. So, this is the part of the episode where we either talk about conspiracy theories or spooky stories. It's really up to your choice.
Yes, and I am going first, but before we get into it, we have to set the mood.
We're turning off the lights, so
Oh, that is terrifying.
Okay, so I see an ominous glow on Joel's face, so I just see his black eyes.
Oh my god.
Alright,
I can't even see Eli for one.
I'm going to turn this down
Boo.
a little bit.
Do ghost stories, that real life ghost like experiences on Reddit count?
Yeah, well, this is what...
I feel like it's pretty-
So I should give a little bit
relevant.
of context to what I'm currently reading. This is a creepypasta that was originally posted on 4chan. So it has like the weird green text thing where it's got like bracket, be me, be like, have a family down in Alabama, stuff like that.
Alabama. Oh, God.
Yes. So
When really sounds true then.
yeah, so it's going to be like that. It's a huge story, and I guess I'm just going to get into it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
great.
Start it off,
I mean,
big boy.
Spooked.
All right. Here's my story. Be me. Be 16. Be black and have a family down in Alabama. They have a farm they own and a huge amount of land down in Huntsville. Uncle owns a big house and a bunch of trailers they put wood for hunting or camping. Down south, cousin suggests that we go there to go camping. You know?
South, okay.
Yeah, kind of like what we're doing now. So, you know, in case anything happens to us.
Thank you for adding that.
Know that I'm a city kid from Chicago, so they tease the fuck out of me, which, duck noise.
Work.
Collect food, kill a pig and some chickens, and bring necessary things to go camping for a few days. We go to the camp, and it's obvious something is weird. Air has this weird, like, electronic smell, like right before a storm, kind of like in the ozone, you know? Like how before it storms you get that weird smell.
Yeah. I can sort of
Yeah.
get that.
We think nothing of it and unpack and go down to a little creek to swim for a few hours. All of a sudden, some old white guy and a white teenager come out of the bushes. Yeah.
All right.
It's going pretty weird.
Yeah. This is not even where it gets bad. He has a shotgun in the crook of his arm and says hello to us and asks us what we're doing this far back in the woods. Tell him about my uncle who knows and says we're out camping. He tells us we need to be real careful out here and stick together. There was a big animal in the woods. His son, who is my age, asks if he can stay and hang out with us. He says okay. And, okay, so this is the part in the story where he stops doing the weird brackets and it actually just gets into, like, the full...
Wait, what did the brackets mean again?
like the full, like, the things like that. It's like, tell me, blah, 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 like, narrating that way. But now it's, like, getting into a
Like
full...
getting you
Describing what is
into
happening.
his shoes.
It's like describing
his
stuff in the
perspective.
Imagining.
It's like describing stuff in the third
I
person.
cannot handle these good.
Okay. So yeah, now it's getting into the normal format to write it. So we end up playing football, digging around with me. There is a white kid, Tanner, 5 of my cousins, and then 4 of their friends. In total, there were 5 girls and 6 boys. We're all around 16, 15, same age. We end up just dicking the day away. So we head back to the camp, pull out some stuff for a campfire, even though the trailers both had kitchenettes.
I just don't see the point in that, but all right.
Yeah,
What about kitchenette?
yeah, no, they build stuff for a campfire and they all have like kitchens in their trailers, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they're going outside.
Waste
and,
of propane.
cooking.
Yeah.
Tanner says that his family's property sits up against my uncle's. He wants to roam home and ask his dad if he can come camping with us. My cousin Rooster says he'll go too with him since it's going to get dark outside. Well, it's an Alabama family. You know,
Wait, you can what?
have weird.
I say, oh,
Reckon if old mate who they met could sleep with them. for
Yeah,
one.
that's the
like
dude
when
who's
this
going
is-
camping is going to go ask his dad, who lives like next to his uncle's property, if he can stay there with him.
Okay.
I don't like
Yeah,
this guy.
and then my cousin Rooster says he's
neither.
going to go with him since it's going to get dark out soon. One of the girls also wants to tag along. It's around 7 o'clock and it starts getting pretty dark. They take flashlights and take a trail towards Tan's apartment. The rest of us chill. We make s'mores, drink, kiss on the girls, you know, usual messing around in camp and stuff. About 30 or 40 minutes later, there's that weird smell in the ozone again. You could smell it over the smell of fire, which we started. It was like this really nasty, coppery smell. Like after you've had a nosebleed and it's stopped. Like, you know, that kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly like dried bud, but it was sort of like a nasty metallic, like the back of your throat smell. We immediately think that this is some kind of electric malfunction, or someone left a hot plate on or some shit.
And hot plate.
We search the trailers and nothing is on. But we can all still smell it. All of a sudden, we hear people booking it down the path towards us. And Tanner, Arista, Tanner, and the girl all come running into the clearing out of breath. As they didn't even break a stride, they all run into the trailers right where the fire is. We all get the fuck out of there and into the trailers.
Most of them were scared.
Yeah. Well, if you see like 3 people just suddenly come bolting and running into the trailers, you're going to be like, okay, something's up. And you're
Oh,
just
so the person who's saying the story doesn't know what has happened yet.
No, they all just like get the fuck out of Dodge because they don't know what's happened yet.
In whoop whoop.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm getting scared now.
They end up coming
Same.
down. Even Rooster is crying his fucking eyes out at this point. All the while, the file is guttering lower and lower. So my other cousin says, fuck it, and are about to go outside to get the generators out of the shed between the trailers. Tanner goes, fuck no. Lock the front door, ain't no one else is going outside. He's been crying too. His eyes are bloodshot and puffy, and his pants are dirty as shit.
Ugh. What does that mean?
It probably means that he like fell and dirty.
He shat himself.
That could also be a
He
possibility,
sharted
yes.
big time.
He goes on to tell us that he went up to his father's house. His father said sure he could go out camping with us, but to make sure that they were careful on the way back and that maybe they should take one of the hunting rifles just in case. Eventually, Tanner
So those 3 people there, one of them took a rifle.
Yeah, the son took a rifle to go back with him just in case like an animal or something attacked him. Probably that's what the father wanted him to be safe with. Evidently, Tanner had seen something in the yard a few days before. One of their pigs had come up, ripped up and half eaten. They assumed it was just some big cats or coyotes, even though they don't usually fuck with live animals. He had gone upstairs, packed his stuff, and told his dad that they would be okay without the rifle because coyotes avoid people. So they started walking back towards where we were camping. So Rooster finally stops crying and shaking. The girl already had, but she was just staring out the window with a dumb look on her face. He says that...
Possessed.
Yeah. He says they had gotten halfway into the woods towards the camp when they started to hear shit in the forest. It was almost pitch black by that time, so they weren't sure at first what the fuck it was. The girl says that she heard something in the bushes right off the trail, and they all beamed their flashlights over there. And there was someone standing back in the woods in a little hollow.
God damn it.
Like, I just imagine like a figure, like a person just like standing there, not moving.
I'm trying to imagine Kermit the Frog.
Trying to like, make it
just
less scary
trying
for yourself.
not-
It just
Not
reminds me of like
anything at the
the
moment.
game Slender Man. Like,
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up!
Alright, that's a
insane.
loud
It's just reminding me of that, and it just creeps. Yeah.
How much is there? How much more are there?
There is quite a long story.
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
We don't have that much time.
Huh? We can like cut it down. Just do it like
I can't. That's weird.
We got plenty of time. Why,
just
I got 20 minutes and this has been 10 minutes.
well, this is like, I mean, this is
why do
basically.
you only want? Are you just going to do it for half an hour?
Yeah.
Why is that?
We make
Because
it
that's what
longer.
Sir said. He doesn't want it like 40 minutes or an hour. That's
Well, screw it. I want to finish the story because
Yeah,
I'm pretty
we
sure.
don't have to. Everyone doesn't.
Well, I don't
have to
think we
read.
we don't have to put it in, but
I don't have to read out a whole. Like everyone has to read out a whole. I've actually got a personal story. I can narrow it.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
he can do that, and we
Alright.
can just upload this on the YouTube channel. Should be fine.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
speak your story.
I'll hand this in.
Yeah. All right. Rooster said that they started shouting at him.
Rooster.
Yeah. Rooster said that they shouted at him and told him that he was scaring the fuck out of them and what a dick he was.
Fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, fair
Fair
point.
call.
Yeah.
He says that when he realized that guy was facing away from them. Wait, what? He says that when he realizes that the guy was facing away from him. So they kept walking, and that smell of nasty, coppery and they started to smell the nasty coppery ozone smell. They say that they looked off into the forest on the opposite side, and it's a dude standing in the forest backwards, slightly closer to the path. So they start to power walk, and 10 keeps going, I should have taken that fucking rifle.
Most they didn't take it.
No, they didn't, because he said, I won't need it because coyotes avoid people. But now they've seen this guy.
Okay,
It's
I'm gonna
just like,
stop you right there. I need that light on.
no, this is...
Steve, just stop being a bitch, man.
Oh, okay.
As they are telling the story, the smell is still super strong, even inside the cabin. They say that after they started walking faster, a kind of low gibbering had started coming from both sides of the woods. And as they started booking it back to the trailer, the girl said that she had flashed her flashlight out into the woods to the side of them and had seen something jerking itself through the woods.
Wait, what?
Jerking itself through the woods.
I thought you said jerking himself off in the woods.
No, you're the only one who laughed at that. These two are like scared shitless.
Oh yeah, well I am as well. I'm trying to make this good.
And had seen something jerking itself through the woods. The gibbering just got louder and louder, and when they could see the light from our campfire, something had come out of the woods about 40 yards behind them on the track, and they had just flat out ran as hard as they could to the trailer. So we're out in the fucking woods, and we're assuming at this point that it's some redneck or some shit trying to fuck with us. All of a sudden, my other cousin Junior starts going on about how he went to a school with a native kid that was telling him about the Goatman or some shit. We probably tell him to shut the fuck up because we don't need any spooky talk right now. But he just kept going on and on about how it's the fucking Goatman and how we're in his woods and blah, 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 blah. Now, at the time, I had never heard of the Goatman or anything about that. But then a couple of years ago, the year before I graduated from college, I had a menmon for a roommate.
A memoir. As it's spelled, where are we looking?
MENON.
MEMON.
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, neither do I. And Namon for a roommate. And I ended up asking him about it. And to sum it up, it's basically a fucking man with the head of a goat. And he can shapeshift and he gets among groups of people to terrorize them. It's also supposed to be some kind of like Wendigo, and it's bad mojo to even talk about it, and it's even worse if you see it. Yeah. Keep in mind, I didn't know this back when I was 16, so my cousin is just going, it's the Goatman, going to get us, and it's fucking gonna get us. The girls are all terrified, and my cousins and I are all just trying to figure out if it's just some hillbillies or if it's just some animal. So all of a sudden, the smell goes away. Like, to this day, I haven't experienced anything like it. Like, usually smells fade away or lessen. It was just literally there 1 second, and then the next
Stop touching my foot.
It was literally there 1 second, and then the next second, it was just gone.
Oh, the spit all over my computer screen. Continue.
Oh god, I'm terrified at the moment.
So am I.
No, but like when they say stuff about like talking about it is bad. Like,
That's the point. That's why like they made it to make you feel that.
yeah.
This is probably fake, but still, like, reading it is scaring. It's even like giving me a bit of goosebumps.
Can we please just turn on the light?
No.
It's actually giving me a fucking headache.
Just turn the brightness down.
That won't do shit.
It will.
Well, it does.
Actually, I don't want to.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay.
Eli, do you want the light on?
So, after an hour making
I've
it...
got shit in my pants right now.
So it's after an hour making it around 9 or 10. We stopped shitting bricks enough to go back outside and stoke the fire again.
What?
We figured it was just some assholes trying to fuck with us. So we don't go back home because we think if we do, they'll chase us through the woods or some crazy shit.
That's actually fucking...
Nothing else weird happens that night, and we stay another night. And for the main part of the night, nothing happens. About 1 in the morning, we're outside getting drunk, telling ghost stories. And as someone is finishing some 2 spooky stories, I don't remember what about, the smell comes back. It's so fucking strong that one of the girls literally starts vomiting. One of the
Can you-
girls
can you do
literally
me a
starts
favour?
vomiting.
She starts vomiting.
Whenever
Yeah.
there's a swear word, like going,
Yeah, I'll try and censor myself, but
Yes.
I'm just trying to keep this like as close to the thing as I can.
there's less work for me.
Yeah. I stand up and you can actually feel how clammy the air is.
Clammy.
Yeah. I say that we should get inside and that this isn't right and we should have just effing left.
Thank you.
We all go back inside and we're just standing around. My cousin just keeps going on about how it's the Goatman, and my cousin Rooster tells him to shut the F up. And all while I'm just figuring that something is wrong, and I can't figure out what the F it is. We end up sitting in there for a while. The smell is just as strong, and we're terrified and all huddled up in this camper.
Where are their parents and stuff? Where'd they go?
Huh? They were camping. Like, they just took all their cousins down to go camping. That's like what it was.
And they left.
Yeah, the parent. Well, no, because they're camping on like kind of what we did at Stevie's. How we went.
Yeah, but like, where's their house? Is that? Why did they not just run back to the house?
Because it's a big Alabama property. It's going to take a while to get back there.
Oh right.
Yeah.
It's probably about like a K away, probably.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Judging from like how they're like explaining it, it
Yeah.
probably is a fair way away.
Yeah.
and they probably have to run through that forest with the
They
goat
would
man.
have to run through the forest to get back. there.
God.
Okay. To make us feel better.
No.
No. Refer to him as Keith.
The goat man is Keith.
Yes.
Okay.
You want me to refer to a spooky Wendigo goat man as
That actually make me feel a lot better.
Yeah. Just Keith. Please.
We're getting the full experience of the story.
No, we're not.
Okay, just do goat man.
Just do Keith.
We end up sitting there for a while. The smell is just as strong, and we're terrified and all huddled up in this camper. We end up cooking brats for everyone because no one wants to go outside. It is one of those packs with 4 brats. We have a total of 3 packs. I grill them up on the stove and give everyone a hot dog. I get mine. After a while, one of my cousin gets up and goes over to the pot and gets another one. He starts grumbling about how I get 2 brats and everyone else only got 1. I look at him like he's effing stupid. I tell him that everyone only got 1 because there were only 12 brats. If he wants more, he should open up another pack and cook some more. So that's when the girl that had just been out with Rooster and Tanner just started screaming, "Oh, Jesus Lord, get it out." She starts crying and
Oh,
shivering.
Jesus Lord.
Wait, get what out? Where is
Shut
she?
up.
She starts singing, "Oh, Jesus, oh Lord, get it out." She's crying and shivering, and then it dawns on the cousin standing up what the F is wrong. Me and him both glance around the room, and then my heart just sunk.
When you when you pause for a second.
That's not fair.
I reckon out of the cabin, and the girl runs out with us. The trailer door is banging against the side of the trailer as everyone books it out of the cousin. Books it out of the car.
Out of the cousin.
Books it out of
I
the
mean, you're
cabin.
in Alabama. I don't want to do this anymore.
One of my cousin's friends asked us what the F was wrong. I start counting us. There's only 11 now.
How many were there?
Oh, there was 12. I'm in tears. I'm in tears.
Oh, just let I want it over and done with.
Joel, we need to stop now.
I shit you not,
I'm in
my
tears.
cousin verified. There had been 12 people in the cabin. But being that everyone didn't really know each other well, no one had really noticed the whole fucking time that there was an extra person. And then I realized earlier that I had noticed something was kind of off. You know how when you're just dicking around, having a good time, and you don't sweat the small shit?
They ate her!
Shut up! Jesus Christ!
That fool scared the absolute
Can you just
hell out
not
of me.
jump out like that? That's not cool.
Oh my god.
I'll escalate next time. I'll
Just,
I want to go home.
Oh my god.
this is going to creep Sir out so much.
probably will. And you know you don't always keep track of certain stuff. I'm dead sure that someone else had been in the trailer with us, and that they had been there for at least a effing day, eating with us. What makes it worse is I could figure out which one. I could figure out which one because I don't think any of us actually got to interact with the other person / Goatman. The girl kept praying to Jesus, and we're all standing outside. Eventually, we get a big ass stick and go back in the cabin.
Fair.
But there's no one in there. We count again, and there's 11 people. We go back into the trailer and lock the door. We explain what the hell happened, And the girl says that she realized it too. And that when the person he was... and that when he was about to say something, the person sitting next to her had grabbed her leg hard and leaned over towards her and said something she couldn't understand.
荒唐湖南
Biscuits.
So we're all pretty much scared as shit, and we huddled together, and I fell asleep. When I woke up, the sun had just come out, and half the people are asleep, and the other half are packing our shit.
So it's daytime now.
Oh, thank God. Okay, this makes me feel better.
We should adjust to the lighting.
No, because if I have to switch it back and forth, it's going to make you more spooked.
We're not switching it back and forth. Let's go switch it back.
Let's go back to night again.
It will go back tonight.
How long does this? No, actually, honest to God, I can only be like this for so long. It's actually.
I'm keen to know what
There's
goes.
still a decent amount more. Like,
I just. That's a lot.
yeah.
Please stop right now.
Well, I want to finish the story.
Okay,
If-
50% I'm actually horrified, and 50% I'm getting bored.
No, I'm horrible. I'm actually into this story.
I like short stories. I like short stories that get to the point.
I'm standing in the light.
All right. Well,
Okay, well, what if we? Because I want to finish this story, but what if we just like,
Come back to it.
I don't know,
We'll continue this story in the morning.
no, because I want to finish it because it's not going to have the same effect if we continue it in the morning.
No, I don't care. I want to sleep.
I kind of want to know what happens though.
They
Like,
obviously all die.
No,
it's,
Half of them die.
that's
They
weird.
turn out that one of the hillbillies is actually the goat person.
No,
well, you can't just assume it. We gotta read the story.
They're all a lot.
We gotta talk. Well,
No,
it's not
this-
just a made up story. It's like it's meant to be like something that happened.
I've read
It is
other
a made-up story.
I've read other creepypastas, and this has an ending that I haven't seen in any others before. It's very unique the way it ends.
This is 100% fake.
Yes, that's like the whole point of them. Most of them are fake
Yeah.
and made up, but still, the fact that someone wrote this is still scary.
The
as hell.
one I just thought of was you know Blake Lawson who works at the school.
Okay, I'm gonna just point this out, Joe. I can only go one scary story at a time. I'm shivering.
Stevie, we'll do something after this that will lighten the mood. And
Yeah.
I will
play some Resident
I will
Evil.
sleep with. I will like sleep close to you.
Yeah, I'm actually not going to be able to sleep. I need a light on tonight.
That's fine.
That's fine.
we'll
We can
leave
that
something
one,
on, yeah.
Like turn one of the outers on. We should be right.
I just can't take anymore, physically and mentally. I can't take anymore.
It's gonna get it's gonna get better.
No, it's not.
It's
Stevie, trust me, we'll play Fallout with mods.
No, it's just I can't take anymore.
Steve. It's gonna be fine.
No, it's not.
This is what this podcast is about.
I'm a little bitch. Like, honest to God.
This
I'm
is what this
afraid of
podcast is
everything.
about. We have to soldier through it, Stevie. I'm terrified as well. Trust me.
I'm
Come on.
afraid of
Do
everything.
you want to hold my hand if that will help you?
Yes, actually.
All right.
Let's just move my drink.
Okay.
All right. I actually need to pee. So
Yeah, hold my
let's
hand.
take a little breather.
All right.
I'll come
Okay.
with you.
Take a
All
little
right.
breather.
Yeah. So, all right.
Not worth it.
While Blake's peeing, you want to have a
I
conversation?
actually want to fall on.
Like, no, let's see what we think about the story. Like genuinely.
I'm to be honest,
terrified.
it's-
I'm actually fucking terrified.
Yeah, I'm horrified, but it's pretty cheesy.
Yeah. When they said the part with like the Goatman and how it would like shapeshift and stuff, it like. I feel like that part's fake, like 100%. But like even the person who's reading it, like who's going through the story,
You did
like,
a good job.
narrator.
I have to admit.
No, but but the person who's like writing this story, real or not, they believe it's fake too. They don't honestly. Can you
Yeah.
get that out of my face? That's really bright. They're like they believe it's fake too. But what I reckon that's happening is that like one of the cousins is like crazy because it's Alabama.
Yeah, I reckon one of them's like a lunatic. Like,
Yeah.
needs to be in an asylum.
I just heard noise. That was terrifying.
There's my foot on the ground. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm actually afraid of everything.
Yeah, no, I was looking at Blake and like, you know how there's those jump scares where it's just someone's face, but then like
something happens.
the demon like possesses them and their like head shakes, they scream.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking that your face was going to
Thank
do
you
that.
for putting that image in everybody.
Yeah, stop.
Like, I was looking at I looked away, I'm like, oh my god.
But like, no, seriously, I cannot physically take
I'm literally shivering.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to like play like light, happy background music?
That actually would be a good meme.
I feel like it's gonna ruin the whole vibe that's happening.
not gonna ruin
to
the vibe.
near the end.
The scariest thing I've ever done is when I was at a mate's house. I was at Ethan's house, and we were playing like scary, like real scary music in his pitch black house, and no one was there. And I don't know, like we were trying to keep a happy vibe,
You were
but we're
dicking
doing
around,
it.
but that
Yeah,
would've been
but it was actually terrifying. It was literally, I couldn't look behind me.
Yeah,
Do you want to play? You want to play some copy-free right music in the background?
copy-free right music? Oh, copyright-free music.
Copyright-free music.
Well, the only problem is that if we play it out of your computer, it's gonna probably
No, let's play on a speaker.
Yeah, no, but
It would
playing music into a
stuff
thing.
up with
yeah,
this,
it's gonna
so
screw with the microphone. That's
I
the
don't.
I mean,
know
we
if
can make like jokes every so often,
Yeah.
so it like sort
I'll
of.
try.
I am, and it's not helping.
Okay, I'll refer to Goatman as Keith from now on.
Okay.
I will try and keep this.
And
as,
keep reading a happier tone, like,
I'll try-
oh my god, he
I just saw the
got
fucking
it.
door open. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
the door squeak. I'll try and keep it.
Because the door can't close properly, so
the door just squeaked, and I literally.
yeah,
I'll try and keep
That's
it.
what that was.
why are we doing this?
I'll try and keep it in a happier tone.
No, I'm actually crying.
So what was I up to?
Mr. Dingle, help me! Oh.
God, this is literally
I
terrifying.
full miss my Randy Orton standee on my wall. I need him right now.
All right.
Yeah, like, hold my hand.
Big bulge, man.
I need my Randy
Hold me
Orton.
up.
Hold my hand.
All right.
Oh, that's uncomfortable for me.
it's not for me. This is great.
Okay.
And the other half are packing our stuff. We all whack. We all whack.
We all act.
We all whack. We all whack back.
We
all
act.
walk back home. But like 4 people want to stay until the sun is all the way up, and some people think that we're just messing around and still want to stay at the trailers. And I just want to get the fuck out of the woods.
Fair.
So do I.
The girl's name was Kara, and the only one that Keith had touched.
That just sounds like it's a false story.
It's sounding so much better already.
Okay, all right. Yes, Keith.
Go the Keith.
Anyway, I asked her if she really thinks that it was something bad.
Bag.
If she thinks that it's something bad, and she just wants to go home, and she doesn't want to be out in the woods alone for another night. So we decided to split up. Good thing my speech impediment is making this a very better.
Yeah, making this a very lengthy story. We'd be so further through it, I reckon.
Maybe.
If we didn't stop at like, just I'm making it worse.
All right. So we decided to split up. The 4 that want to go can go. But I have to stay because I have the keys to the cabin and it's my uncle's and I have to lock up. I'm super pissed at this point because I feel like people aren't taking this shit seriously and I definitely don't want to be out in the woods for another night. I spent the rest of the day trying to convince the rest of the people, now 4 girls and 4 guys, that we need to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Out of Dodge.
Tanner leaves with them to go get the rifle and says he's going to be back. So there are just 7 of us left by 4 p.m. Around 5 p.m. he hasn't made it back yet, and we're starting to feel extremely angsty.
Oh, rip.
And the only reason I stopped begging them to go back was because he went to go get a gun.
Get me gun.
It's about 5:30 or so, and when one of my cousins that did stay with us, wait, what? When one of the cousins that did stay with us, that girl Kara is outside. Oh, says that girl Kara is outside. We all look outside, and sure enough, she's standing by the fire pit with her back against the cabin.
Oh.
Steve, you're making it worse. Just let it be happy.
No.
But what if she's warming up? She's warming up.
I mean, you gotta stand here.
Just read it. I just want to know what happens so I know.
You're making it worse. Oh, we need
Shut up.
Be like,
Shut up.
Sure.
Shut up.
I'm
Shut
thinking
up.
to myself that if she was so fucking scared, why would she come back? And then I get this nasty feeling in my gut. Keep in mind, the whole time the coppery smell had gone. Now I realised that I can smell just a twinge of it. Just as I say this, the rest of them and everyone, and these people that want to stay in the fucking woods after we had the goddamn Goatman in our midst, Keith
Shit.
is laughing at me and asking if I set this up to scare them. I'm looking at them like, I'm not fucking bullshitting you all right now. I asked them why the hell would I play like that. So one of the girls goes outside to get Kira. She gets halfway to her and stops cold. Kira starts heaving. I don't know how to describe it. It's like if someone, if their back turned, was laughing without making any noise. It was this fact that made me realise that there was not a sound in the whole woods. It was dead silent. This was later, like in September, so it was still fairly hot at the time, but it was super chilly some days too. And you could usually hear big ass geese honking, or some kind of birds or squirrels chit-chatting, usual forest stuff.
Birds.
The birds and the bees.
I wish I had the birds.
Oh my god.
Are you crying?
It's okay, Steve.
Hold Joel's hand too. It's gonna help.
No, I need to play the game.
Okay.
It's not helping, but
It's gonna keep you distracted.
no, it's not. I'm actually bawling.
So I step out of the door and tell her to come back in the goddamn trailer right now. She backs up into the trailer. We lock the door. We pull down all the shutters except one and put a guy there in a chair to watch her. She stands there for another 20 minutes or so, and the guy turns to say that she's still there. And then there's a huge fucking bang on the door. We all jump up and scramble around the living room of the trailer. The banging is super loud at this point.
Okay, can I make this one step better? Can we imagine that the whole cousins in that are the Scooby-Doo gang?
Yes.
I mean, you can. I don't know how to make a group announcement about it.
Helping the boys out.
So now my cousin is holding one of the girls, and the other two are kind of giggling with nervous laughter, and me and the other two guys are just shitting bricks.
I'd be, oh, God.
And then we hear Tan. He's screaming, "Let me the fuck in. Stop fucking playing."
Who? Tanner.
Tanner. Yeah, the cousin Tanner.
Where the hell did he go?
He went to go get the gun, remember?
Oh, yeah.
He didn't come back.
That's a guy's name?
Tanner. Yeah, it's a guy's name. I had a best friend called Tanner in primary school.
Okay, anyway, continue.
That's bright. Turn that brightness down.
Are you trying to just like
Turn that brightness down.
play some like happy things in the background?
No.
So we go over to the door and open it, and he stumbles in with a rifle, and there's no one else inside.
Wait, he just said that. Wait, what?
Evidently, he had walked up to the campsite, and nothing weird happened in the forest. But he had seen a girl. Mind you, he said it was not Kara standing there. When he had gotten to the edge of the clearing, she had turned towards him with the slack-jawed look and just stared him down, slowly tracing him as he walked around the outside of the clearing towards the campsite. The campsite. He said it wasn't till he was almost halfway to the trailer he had realised that she was getting closer to him. She had started off by the fire without him even seeing her move. She had been inching closer to him. He said that he had run the rest of the way back to the cabin thinking it was open, and when he got to the door and it was locked, he turned and it was about half the distance to the door. He looks around the room and then he gets super pale. He pulls me to the side and whispers in my ear, "You know there are only 7 of us here, right?" I get that. You get that feeling where your stomach drops to your nuts. It had been back inside the trailer while we were sorting out who was going where. And then when we all went outside to talk earlier in the day, it had just slipped right back in. We all looked out the window and there is nobody out there. So we count everyone, and then basically I go over and ask everyone how many people were here earlier. And everyone says 8. And I say, well, how many of us are there now? They all do the count and they realise that there are only 7 people in the cabin.
Wouldn't they realise who'd gone? Like, wouldn't they know the person?
Huh? Well, no, because like most of them didn't really know each other. Like they were just like
right.
friends of friends and like different people.
They're all
like that Tanner
cousins
guy
or
was just kind of
something.
like a neighbor that showed up.
All right.
They're referring to each other as that dude.
Yeah, that dude,
That
and
dude,
one of my
that-
cousins and stuff like that. So clearly they didn't know each other very well. So it's plausible that this could happen.
Plausible.
Plausible.
Please, Billy.
So Tan had brought back a couple of boxes of ammo in his rifle. He had told his dad that there was some kind of animal in the forest. Because his dad didn't think he would believe him if he said it was Keith, the Goatman. He says that his cousin is supposed to be coming down in a few hours, and that in the morning we can all go back to his place and his cousin will drive us home. Now I'm really fucking terrified. But at least I feel a bit better because we can be American and shoot the hell out of whatever comes through that door.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. America.
I feel like somebody that's not Keith is going to get shot.
But then my cousins
I hope so.
get into a huge argument with one of the girls because she thinks that I'm trying to be funny and prank them, and that she's getting really scared and that I'm not funny. He keeps telling her I'm not that kind of person, and she says, well, how do we know if the girl just wasn't Tanner in the wig or if it was really the Goatman? How do we know that it's really Tanner and that Keith the Goatman didn't kill Tanner in the
Why do you
woods
say
and take his
Keith
gun?
the Goatman? The point is you're not saying Goatman. The point is you're just saying Keith.
Yeah, but who's gonna be more scary? You see Goatman, you see Keith, or you see Keith the Goatman?
None of the above.
None of the above.
None of the above.
What about Kevin?
Kevin?
Just call him Kevin. That's all.
What about Gurdon?
I'll call him like a simple name, like Mike.
No, Gurdon.
Mike actually sounds creepy.
Gurdon.
Mike.
Call him Gurdon.
One of the girls is crying out now and saying that she wants to. One of the girls is crying and saying that she wants to go right now, and we're trying to tell her we shouldn't because none of us are walking through the woods in the middle of the night. At this point, the sun is starting to go down and it is getting a little cloudy out. We eat something, turn on the radio for a while, but we can't get really get a station out there with anything decent. So we turn it off, and about the time Tan's cousin shows up. Small drink break.
I mean, this is helping more.
Is it just watching wrestling clips?
Oh, man. I am listening. 100% listening.
Yeah.
But like,
Listening,
You're
but
trying to
I
tune it
can't
out.
actually do it
well, I'm listening, but I'm not imagining.
without wrestling. I need my baby.
It's.
I'm still crying. Don't worry about that.
Do you have AIDS? Because that means you should not get in any pools.
Pool closed.
Pool closed. Wouldn't that be great if the goat man just turned around and was like, "Hey, pool's closed."
That's how it ends. That's unique.
That's how it ends. Tan's cousins shows up. He was like 19, I think. At this point, the sun is just barely over the horizon, and he's got one of those heavy-duty lantern flashlights and another rifle. He walks up to the trailer while we whisper to Tan, asking him if he's sure that's his cousin, and he says yes. The guy looks behind him and all around the camp, then walks in. He kind of glances at all of us and looks a little confused. He says, "Where's her other little buddy at? I figured she would meet up at the cabin. Is she a little slow or something?" He also asked whether we had been cooking blood in the cabin because it smelt like blood and hot pans all the way up the trail. We look at him all like, fucking nope. But we ask him what he's talking about with the girl he saw. He had come down the same trail Tan had been using, and he had come up on one of you guys' buddies, standing in the middle of the trail looking at him slack-jawed. He had asked her a bunch of questions, but then all she did was look at him. Then she smiled at him and said, and he said he kept walking. She couldn't seem to keep up with him and kept lagging a little bit behind. He said he asked her if she was hurt or something and if she needed any help, but she continued to stare. Eventually, he had been walking and turned around a bend in the trail. When he turned around and went back to see if she was okay, the trail was empty. He'd assumed she had just taken some sort of shortcut through the woods to a trailer. We tell him the whole story of what's been going on. I half expect him to say it that we're full of shit, but he just listens and then sits down on a couch in the living room. Tanner's cousin gets back to the girl. He says that when she kept trying to lag behind him, it had kind of weirded him the fuck out. So he tried to keep her in front of him. But no matter how slow he walked, she would always lag a little behind him. And then he smelled this nasty smell, and it got even stronger as he got closer to the camp. Eventually it got really strong. She had said something really low that he didn't catch. And when he had turned around, she had been right the fuck on him, and he stepped back from her. So like just face to face, basically.
I love this guy's slang.
Yeah.
Like, out in the middle of Dodge.
Yeah, out in the middle of Dodge. Well, it's like an Alabaman, like American hillbilly.
Alabamanese.
Yeah.
Alabamanese.
Alabamanese. It was at this point he asked her if she was okay, and if she wasn't, him to carry her back the rest of the way. And she just kept staring at him. He said he'd reach out to her, as in to grab her on the shoulder, but he must have misjudged the distance because she was off to the side of where he had put his hand. It looked like she had moved while he was looking dead at her. So at this point, we know this shit's real, unless Tanner's playing a joke, which we can tell he's not because he is almost pissing his pants. So they load the rifles, we eat some more, and we kind of just sit around until about 11. This day, every time I think about it, I pray to God that it was just some huge prank that my cousins played on me and just never revealed, so I would shit my pants for the rest of my life. Around 11, the stink of copper turns into an actual nasty, gross, blood-like smell, like cooking blood or singeing hair. Tanner and his cousin Reese get the fuck up instantly and grab the rifles. There's like a half knocking, half clawing at this door, and I shit you not, there is this voice, and it sounds like when you see those YouTube cats and dogs with their owners teaching them how to speak English, but it's like in this weird kind of tone. Yeah. It says in a halting, weirdly voice, "Let me the fuck in. Stop fucking playing." It made my nuts creep into my...
Wait, who said that?
Something that was scratching at the door.
Oh, fuck.
Something that was knocking and scratching, and it said, "Let me the fuck in. Stop fucking playing."
It's like a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah. It had made my nuts creep
like to
up
learn
into my
about the Lord
body.
and Savior Jesus Christ.
And one of the girls just starts crying and calling on Jesus. Hey. It was so obviously not a person talking. It didn't have the right cadence, and that is some shit I never realized up until that moment. But people have a certain cadence to when they talk. No matter what language, all people have a certain kind of rhythm to talking. This shit didn't have any of that kind of cadence or rhythm. One of those YouTube cats, or that's what the fuck it sounded like outside the door. So now I'm in full terror mode. We just kept hearing, we just kept yelling outside, "Who is it? Stop fucking around, man." And it just keeps saying "in" or "let me the fuck in" for almost 15 minutes. It sounds...
It's a long time.
Yeah. And then it links to a YouTube video and it says, "It sounds almost like this, just not as funny." Sorry for being on a tangent, but if you can imagine how it sounded, then you... if you can't imagine how it sounded, then you can't imagine how fucked up this whole situation was. So then the smell goes away, and for the next hour or so, you can hear someone basically creeping around the woods and shit. Every couple of minutes, it'll come back at the door and say something. Finally, when the smell fades away, it's around 2 in the morning, and Reese says, "Man, fuck this," and opens the door and walks outside with his rifle.
What a man.
Yeah. America!
What a trooper.
I'd say I'd be the one to do that, but no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Joel, you would be with me and Eli, crying and in fear, just going,
I would have
well,
left with the other people.
Yeah.
I've had a good life.
He fires a shot into the air and says something to the effect of, "In the name of Jesus Christ, go away." He fires two more times. Then Then from the woods, right up against the river across the trail, it sounds like something is slowly gibbering and hooting.
Hoot hoot.
Then it starts screaming. It almost sounds like a woman and a cat in a bag screaming together. Like, I have seriously never heard any shit like that. And you can hear the brush over the way start to shake. Reese fires over in the tree line and starts backing into the house. We lock the door and we can hear shit keening and screaming outside. Reese says something had come out of the bushes, super low to the ground, crawling towards the cabin, and he had shot at it.
It was a duck.
Pretty much, that was how the rest of the night went. It was literally screaming consistently for the next 2 hours, and we could hear shit moving out in the tree line, but it never came up to the cabin until eventually everyone had fallen asleep.
Randomly.
Why do you have to take a drink break then? I'm not even going to have a camp anymore, man.
What, sorry?
We're sleeping inside when we go to your house.
Done.
Tan had been sitting...
Actually, quickly before we start, can you do me a favour? Can you go get my charger over there?
yeah.
Yeah, Stevie's in a bromance lock.
Me and Eli are such good friends. Oh, I know. I wouldn't be able to charge.
It's over there.
I wouldn't have my computer charger. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to charge it anyway. Oh well. Well, we got
The story's almost done.
24 minutes.
The story's almost done. It's got like 4 paragraphs left.
Oh, it's like a minute.
Yeah. Alright. I gotta find where I was.
I'm actually really excited for the ending.
Yeah.
Alright, so it was the part where everyone fell asleep. Alright.
Tan had been sitting in the door, watching the sitting in a chair, watching the door with his rifle.
Lady comes.
No one else heard or saw this, but he told me 2 days later, after the whole thing was over. He said that he had been nodding off after the screaming and the noises had finally stopped, and he had been almost asleep when he saw someone come out of the bathroom and then lay down in the middle of the floor and go to sleep. He just assumed it was one of us, and he had nodded off. Then he said he kind of realized something was wrong. And while pretending to be sleeping, he counted us. There were 9 people in the cabin.
What? What?
Wasn't there 7 at one point?
This
Yeah.
is real.
Wait, so then...
There were 7, and then the cousin came. So
Oh,
then
okay.
there was 8. And now he counted everyone again.
Okay.
And there's
Stevie.
suddenly 9.
I know it's hard, like, this is a hard thing to do, but don't look scared like that. Is that...
There were 9 people in the cabin. He basically didn't want to try to shoot at the fucking thing in the cabin and have it kill all of us there and then. Or have Reese wake up and start shooting and then we kill ourselves. So he just stayed awake all night, pretending to be asleep. He said sometimes it would just stand up and do this kind of weird jittery thing, or heaving like it was laughing, but it would lay back down. The story closes pretty weak because, from my perspective, nothing happened. We woke up and I noticed that Tan was a little jittery and that he was avoiding looking at all of us. But we ate some breakfast, packed up and started walking to his house. He stayed last in the cabin and said he'd lock up and bring my uncle's keys. To just start walking, and he'd catch up with us. Well, I didn't really want to, which I didn't really want to fucking do. We caught up the path, and when he came running up, basically we had just jogged back to his house, and his cousin took us home. There was a window in the bathroom. Tan had gone back to lock up and looked in there. We were too stupid to lock a screenless window. The window was fucking open when he went in there. I'm guessing that it had been doing it all along, waiting for us to fall asleep, or slide up and then get in amongst us. It was with us all the goddamn way back to the house. And then he had said that it lagged to the back of the group and looked at him dead in the eyes before walking back into the woods. And that is the end of the story.
Did anyone die?
No one died.
Just fucked with them.
So basically, the person was with them the whole time.
Basically, yeah. Because this Goatman Wendigo thing could shapeshift and it took forms and...
Oh, I forgot about that.
See, that's how it makes it sound real. Because it's not over the top ending sort of thing. It's
Yeah.
like
It's
it's
kinda
like sort of leaving you like, holy shit.
Yeah,
Can
it's
you
because
turn the lights on now, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to tell my story, but I want the lights.
Can we reward myself? The fucking lights.
Yeah, good job, Sibby. You actually got through this.
I couldn't. I honestly couldn't. Me and Eli are watching
I'm just gonna,
wrestling.
I'm just going to give you a
Me and Eli
teaser
actually.
now.
Me and Eli had vice
Yeah, I
grips
know.
at sometimes. We were legit. At one
know.
point, I think halfway through it, I went like that, and do you know what didn't help? I felt shit on my leg the whole time.
Yeah.
I felt this.
I'm not gonna lie.
this stuff.
No. I felt this on my leg the whole time. Turns out we didn't talk about any conspiracy theories.
No.
I was too hooked on that story. That
I
was
wasn't hooked at all. I was horrified, and I won't be able to sleep. I'll remember this forever, and I won't be able to sleep for a very long time because I'm scared of everything.
You made it through it though. I'm proud of you.
I'm not, because I know it's gonna linger in my head whenever I don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
know
I
it.
mean, and like it didn't have like everyone died. It kind of like had a more realistic ending where it was like because nothing really happened from his perspective. So it was like, yeah.
Nothing.
Imagine that though, like just
I don't want
having to pretend to stay awake.
Because there's
Just like something.
something is in, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what's the worst part is he's going to have to listen through this entire thing again when he wants to edit it.
Oh, you didn't think about that, did you? Oh no.
And with that, I think we should wrap up this podcast. It has been a lovely journey, and I would like to say thank you to our sponsors and to Joel's mum.
Yes.
Machine.